I thought this was a story about learning to spend time alone.
I believe that everyone gets a chance to make their dreams happen, and this is the one I want to do, and I need to believe in myself way before everyone else does, otherwise it's not going to happen.
But I didn't realize just how impactful it would be. Over the Christmas holidays, I'm ready to go camping alone. I haven't camped alone in over a decade, but Connor's headed home to his family for the holidays, and I feel strongly that I need to take this opportunity for solitude.
I'm actually really excited to spend some time alone with myself.
I've forgotten how to be in my own company. So to make sure I spend time with myself, I'm staying out for 10 whole days and going where there's no cellular service.
I used to love camping, so I'm excited to get back into it.
This won't be the typical glamping you see in New Zealand.
It's super simple. Hash brown, green beans, and bacon.
The campsites I'm staying at have no potable water.
I'm working really hard on having a bit more faith in myself.
I'm bringing only the most basic camping gear.
It's been raining non-stop since I got here.
But most importantly, I'm out here with the mission to be comfortable in just my own company.
I didn't have to tell you guys all the details of the story, but in the end, I'm not here to choose the easy route in life. So a lot of people have expressed concern that I am going camping alone over Christmas, that I'm not going to be around anyone for the holidays, but I'm actually really looking forward to the solitude. So yeah, I'm not bringing super much. I'm going to keep it pretty lightweight just in case I need a backpack in somewhere. And yeah, let me show you what I'm bringing. So I have two sleeping bags. One is my heavy duty winter one, and then one is my summer one. But I think I'm gonna bring the winter one because you guys might not know this, but I am always cold, constantly cold. My fun hammock, who I'd love to be sponsored by. And of course, my hiking backpack and my hiking shoes, because you guys might not know this about me, but I love hiking. Like long hikes, like 10-hour hikes. I love going on a hike and not coming back all day. Oh yeah, and bringing a beer with me. I've also got a big heavy duty stove and a gas bottle and a chair already in the car. We're gonna see if we can fit all of that stuff into this tiny container. So I got this cool little coffee maker from some people that used to Airbnb our back room when we were just taking off sailing, and it's really convenient. It's from Vietnam because the partner was Vietnamese. And yeah, you just put coffee in here, some water, and then you press this on top and it slowly sinks and makes you a cup. It's a little hard to clean, a bit water intensive, but it's really good for like when I'm sailing and I'm the only one who drinks coffee. This is what I bring. This blanket I actually got in Uruguay, this place called Cabo Polonio. It's a peninsula. I forget where it is in Uruguay, but it's absolutely amazing. And the story that I remember is that the government was trying to make this into like a really high populated tourist area. So they weren't allowing any of the locals to extend their houses or build anything because they were basically trying to push them off. And all the locals were like super stubborn about it and started doing like backpacking and different little tourist things to like basically be able to support staying on the little peninsula. And this is a blanket that was given to me by the hostel owner, and I've kept it ever since, and that's what, 13, 14 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm old. All right, now it's time to get some food. So I'm not completely inexperienced with camping. Connor and I used to camp a lot through the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, as well as I've hiked 2 weeks in the Crimean Peninsula, but this will be the first time that I've ever camped alone. Actually, maybe it's not the first time alone. I don't know, it's been a while at least. Yeah, I just gotta make sure that I get enough food and water. I am really hoping that I'm missing the Christmas rush by coming on a Thursday afternoon, so wish me luck. Oh. All right, what do you think? Is that gonna be enough? I honestly have no idea. This is kind of like provisioning. Every time I provision, I'm like, I'll get better at it, but I don't. So I decided that I'm going to keep it classy over Christmas, and I went for some boxed wine. Don't judge me. It's 3 liters for 20 bucks. I love driving on New Zealand roads, although it's not great when you're a passenger because they're so freaking windy. Daniela, if you watched the last episode, you will know that I started to do a process of self-discovery that was really necessary, and I ran across this course which I'm taking right now, which has changed my life. And one of the recommendations that the lady who runs the course says to do is to go spend time with yourself with no distractions, listening to what you really want and really just getting to know yourself again. So that's what I'm out here doing. I am about an hour north of Auckland. I actually don't know how to say the name of this site, but I think it's like Urititi Bay. And yeah, I've got my tent here. It's a little windy. We've got a 10-knot easterly coming in. You guys will know that I'm a sailor as well, so I know these things. And I'm actually really excited to spend some time alone with myself. So yeah, here we go.
I went to several different campsites over this trip, but I found I wasn't certain in the New Zealand setting, being a solo female camper, especially over the holidays when Kiwis came out in droves. While at first I opted for more remote campsites, after one sketchy experience,
I got to my campsite, except there's a guy that is standing with a bunch of torn clothes staring at me over there. So I might have to move on.
I decided the safety of numbers would give me the space to think that I craved.
It's been raining non-stop since I got here, and unfortunately it looks like it's supposed to rain a couple more hours. So I put on my lovely sailing jacket, because why do I own it, right? And I think I'm gonna go for a walk because I need some exercise and I need some space to think about some stuff. One of the questions that the podcast asks is something so simple and stupid, but I don't think I've asked myself this question for a very long time, and that is if you were to look at your life outside of any kind of relationship you have, whether you've been married for 6 years like Connor and I, or 25, if you were to look at your ideal life moving forward, what would that look like? So I'm gonna go reflect on that and see how I feel, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Go through a ton of changes this year. I have just really had to take a really hard look at myself and make some really big changes in how I live to make sure that my life is fulfilling. And because it's the biggest thing on my heart, it's what I want to share. But I listen to a lot of other people, and this year is about listening to myself, trusting myself, trusting my instincts. I didn't think that I was worthy enough, and this course has helped me a lot with my self-worth. So how can I possibly think that I could have a successful channel, right? Like, who am I to believe that about myself? Don't I need others to believe in me first? And actually, I think the reality is that nobody's going to be believing in me if I don't believe in myself first. It actually works the other way around. And so I'm working really hard on having a bit more faith in myself. Ooh, and I gotta show you guys this. That right there is creepy. Supposedly, the longer the tentacles, the more poisonous they are. So there you go. But yeah, I believe in me. I can make this work, and I've got a plan. So beautiful.
was all stuff my body inherently knew, but I needed the silence to listen.
So, a while back, I did an analysis of the possible ways that I could make my YouTube channel sustainable, because that's ultimately what I want. And the best idea that I came up with in terms of return on investment that I would have to put in and the money that I would get out and how sustainable it would be is making a YouTube course. I feel very insecure about this. How could I, with such a tiny channel, I mean, it's got what, 7,200 followers, make a YouTube course that people would actually want to buy? And it's been a bit of a process to get to a point where I'm willing to commit to it.
It's easy to forget how precious our lives are, how beautiful the stars are, the light that we feel, birds singing in the morning, the calm before the storm, and the way the sun hits the ocean. That star that we're all from, I live by the ocean, I keep myself.
So it's finally starting to warm up, and I've got some new neighbors. So it's not just me over here in my little corner, which is nice. I kind of like that, so yeah. You know I like people, right? Alright. Unfortunately, I am the world's most frequent peer, so I'm gonna have to pause for a second and be right back. Weird side note, did you guys know that peeing frequently is a sign of anxiety? Yeah. So as I take care of myself, I'm having to pee less. I know you guys don't want this much information, but I literally have to pee all the freaking time, and I'm not looking forward to old age because I feel like it's just gonna get worse.
I live by the ocean, I keep myself open. It's the life that I've chosen. It's the vision I see. I sleep with the light on, surrounded by mountains. It's the treasures I found, and it's the people I love. It's easy to forget. Sometimes it just takes a little kindness to remember.
So one thing I really want to quickly share with you is my original 2023 goals. These are not the goals I've stuck with, but these are the goals that I originally wrote down, and that is do a headstand and a handstand by the end of the year. I don't really know why. See every sunrise or as many sunrises as I possibly can. I want to learn to play an instrument that I can sing to, because you guys might know that I play the flute, and you can't sing to a flute. I want to buy a boat, build my YouTube channel, reduce my intake to 1 cup of coffee and 1 cup of alcohol per day, get back into running, get back into rock climbing, and also start dancing again. I love to dance. I don't actually know how to dance in any particular way, but I just love dancing on a dance floor. When I started listening to myself, there was no longer a question of what I want to do. It was really freaking clear. And I think that's the biggest thing that has helped me, is trusting my own instinct, trusting my own heart, super tuning into my body. I know it sounds, talking to former Danielle, all of this shit sounds really corny, but trust me, it's making a huge difference, and it's something that I would wish for everyone. It started raining again.
What I learned is that when we spend too much time asking others for their opinions, we don't give ourselves space to listen to and trust our own instinct, and then we become critical of our own voice. There's an irony that we are often afraid of our own company, but it's being in our own company more often that gives us the space to start liking our own company. But it can't be with distractions. I had to learn to experience my thoughts without pushing them away or judging them. And I will admit that this is one of the hardest things I've ever learned.
It's super simple. Hash brown, green beans, and bacon with lots of butter. Well, fake butter, but it's delicious. Yummy. So once I started listening to my own voice, I started asking myself the questions of, if I were to record a topic and I were to think like long-term, being fulfilling, something that would mean something to me, what would that be? What would be like my highest purpose, or the thing that would be the most meaningful looking back? And for me, it was three things. Honoring that adventure is a core need. I don't think I realized how much I need it in my life. And I want to help others adventure who are maybe struggling to get out there. But I also want people to enjoy it more, because I realized that like when we were sailing, we just didn't quite enjoy it as much as we could have, and there was a lot of internal work that needed to be done. And I also want to help people make it sustainable in the same way that I want travel to be sustainable for me. I want to find some way to pay for this. Okay, this is the mission that I came up with. My mission is to help others live life to the fullest, discover their higher purpose, and to build a sustainable income that allows them to adventure and serve others. Guys, I'm so excited about this. It feels like something that I can really get behind. One thing I absolutely love about New Zealand is that you can be this close to the ocean and you still hear lots of birds and hear the waves as well. You can hear both at the same time. It's amazing and beautiful. I'll hear it all night too. I think the biggest change that I've had is I no longer believe that my ideas are too big, or that I'm too much, or that it's not possible. I believe that everyone gets a chance to put their story out there, and everyone gets a chance to make their dreams happen, and this is the one I want to do, and I need to believe in myself way before everyone else does, otherwise it's not going to happen. I have a plan. A bird pooped in the ceiling. Right up there. That kind of sucks. Alright, It's been a long day. I'll tell you more about my plan tomorrow morning, but now it's time to go to sleep and maybe read a book and wind down, so peace. Good morning. I think I'm the only one up right now. The whole campsite seems really, really quiet, but I'm nice and warm in my cozy jacket. I think I'm gonna head back to Auckland today. In real time, I've been out 10 days, so yeah, I think it's time, but I needed 10 days. And I think, yeah, I don't think I've been alone enough, like the last couple of years. I think I need to spend more time alone. Actually, when Connor and I first met, I used to go on these long hikes all the time. I'd be gone all day, and I would just take my diary with me, and I'd go for like a 10-hour hike or something like that in the mountains of Colorado. So yeah, be alone. I recommend it. Oh yeah, so I got my plan to tell you guys. My plan for what I'm going to show on the channel. My plan for what I'm doing. So, hold on. Well guys, this is perfect timing. My camera's ready to die, and yeah, decided to go for an early morning walk. Alright, the plan for this year, this is what I'm gonna do. Every other video is gonna be me going on an adventure. I'm gonna try to do sailing more than any others because I just love sailing, but I'm also going to be doing rock climbing and some camping just because that's my life, and if I want to make this work, I've got to do whatever kind of follows my life because I don't have enough time. And I'm going to do talking a little bit about some of the stuff that I'm going through, this big process, these big changes in my life, because guys, it's been so positive. Like, if I can have an impact on anybody, woohoo! And the third one is, over the next year, I'm gonna test a bunch of things on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna post the results of each test to my Patreon page, and then eventually to a video on the public page. I'm excited about this year. I'm gonna make this grow. I've got a whole brand, I've got everything like planned out. Like, being alone, guys, don't underestimate being alone. It's, I'm learning to trust myself again. I'm learning to trust my own gut, my own feelings, and my body is telling me a lot that I have not been listening to, and my life is changing, and I just hope for the best for everyone else. So thanks for watching as always, and I've got a fun episode for you next week. Tall ship racing with Captain Peter and his family. See you next week. Bye.